Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to discuss Arweave and its ticker AR. None of the content is financial advice. Right now, the price of Arweave is at around $5.67. One major update with respect to the moving averages and the time-weighted average price convergence. The 200-week moving average, this is the white line over here, is coming in at around $16.07, whereas the 100-week simple moving average is coming in at around $16.77. So any modest gains to the upside again would need to check in with those levels first. Before they do that, the 20-week simple moving average is at around $6.70, and the 21-week exponential moving average is at around $7.21. What these two longer term moving average, the 100-week and the 200-week, are both converging at around this time weighted average price, which is coming in at around $16.41. That's the average of the two price, also coming close to that level. And historically speaking, whenever the price was below the time weighted average price for Arweave, like it is today, that was a good accumulation zone, with the hypothesis that in the parabolic stages of the bull run, like they were back in March and also in December 2024, the price of Arweave when its ticker AR goes above the time weighted average price. So that's kind of a line in sand to watch if there is a continued optimism in the last quarter of 2025 that starts October, in about a week or so. Coming to the machine learning based price forecast, what could happen to Arweave in a bullish environment in the last quarter of 2025? Per this model, in a non-euphoria bull run, peak for Arweave is forecasted between the current price and roughly speaking $14 to $15. That is the weekly average price, but the candle bodies are usually about 10 to 20% higher than the weekly average. So for instance, in November 2021, the weekly average price for that week was $75, whereas the actual top for Arweave in that macro bull run in November was at around $90. So about, you can see, from 75 to 90, you add another 15, that's 20%. $15 is 20% of $75. So again, keeping the same wiggle room in mind, if let's say the weekly average price for end of year 2025, without a major euphoria phase in our views, last quarter of 2025 goes to $14.50. Adding another 20% would be adding $2.80 on that $14 level, gets you very close to that $16 level. That is the major milestone in terms of the moving averages as the non-euphoria bull run peak. If there is a major euphoria in the last quarter, per this model, the 2 standard deviation peak for Arweave comes at around $32. If the rally stays intact from now till end of year 2025, that's the 2 standard deviation peak at around $32. And that's again, if you were to look for any major levels close enough to that would be the 0.382 fib level drawn from the 2021 high to the 2025 lows actually. In the bottom ranges for Arweave and its ticker AR were really close to that $5 level, $4 level. If we look at the 0.382 from Fibonacci level, from that perspective, the $37 ties well with the 20% increment on that euphoria ceiling for end of year, that is December 2025, at around $32. The 3 standard deviation blow off top scenario, where again, if there is a 3 standard deviation rally with peak certainty under this red line, would be at around 99.7% confidence per this model that the peak, if that were to pan out, would be under this $67 target. If that were to pan out towards the end of the year for Arweave, the 0.786, somewhere close to 0.786 would be the eventual peak at around $72, if we account for the candle bodies and the wicks going higher than the weekly average price. So all of these, again, not financial advice, but this is using the machine learning model trained on weekly average price for Arweave since its inception in 2020, and looking at seasonal ARIMA based box cross transformation that looks for what could be theoretical price action in case of a prolonged bull case and prolonged bear case. If again, right now we are in the bullish phase of for the asset class, but in, let's say, mid to late 2026, we would be talking more about the bear case. If you like this machine learning based outlook for crypto, you can give a like and subscribe to stay updated. The regression based, the polynomial regression based fair value right now for Arweave is at around $3.70 due to the series of lower highs and lows. But what remains key is if the price action were to go to that $11 in the intermediate phase, that could usher in a slightly more optimistic case for the regression based fair value. The highest permissible band, the 3 standard deviation ceiling per this short term identification of any uh, major ceiling for Arweave is at around $19.78. If Arweave takes 3 to 4 weeks, this descending red line could meet that $16 level with the longer term moving averages as well as the time weighted average price over at $16. Coming in at around dollar cost average, which is the regression model again, price and regression price at a daily level up, analyzed using this regression based risk. This model did identify the March to May top when the risk levels were more than 0.9. Right now the risk levels are at around 0.47. Not too long ago they were less than 10% when the price was close enough to $5 target. If the intermediate risk level goes to that in the short term, again, as the regression based 2 standard deviation peak is upon us, if that $8 target is achieved and price sustainably breaks out of that $8 level, then the slope of the regression function could have slightly better bias like it did starting May 2023, which when it grew from $22 to about $39. Coming to the 20-week simple moving average price based risk, right now it's fairly low at around 0.25. If it goes somewhere between 0.4 and 0.6, this price forecasted for Arweave in that scenario is between $27 and $38. If you take an average of that again takes you to that $32 target, like the Euphoria case of Arweave suggests. All in all, the estimated bull run peak, we just using the risk levels for Arweave at this stage, comes at around $18.77. That's about a 3.5, slightly under 3.5x from the current price of $5.64. And with that, I would like to conclude most area of confluence at around $16, the secondary level between $32 to $37. And if there is something more in store, then the 0.786 comes in play. Right now, there are no indications of Arweave making a new all-time high for this cycle. Unfortunately, price is more closer to this cycle lows than the cycle highs this late stage into the bull run. Again, anything can change, but again, just wanted to provide a realistic scenario, not financial advice. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.